traveling club stream. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. We will travel Israel, we will see the truth. And when they say we are lying, we will show the proof. Ya habibi. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. So y'all come with me for another stream. Become a clat. Join my Patreon, become a clat. Join my Patreon. And don't forget my Discord because it's very fun. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. Humus shawarma, jahnun burekas. Umani ohev otchem, shalom aleichem. But come hang out with me and I take you by the hand. This is the Traveling Clan live stream. Shalom and welcome to a Traveling Clan stream. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. If we travel Israel, we will see the truth. And when they say we are lying, we will show the proof. Ya habibi, become a clat. Join my Patreon, become a clat. Join my Patreon. And don't forget my Discord because it's very fun. This is the Traveling Clan live stream. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah.
Shalom Chaverim, Assalamu alaikum, Rahmat barakatuh. Everybody, welcome back to another Traveling Clat live stream. Oh my lord, it has been a long time since we've done one of these. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring up the chat. I am on a brand new computer, so I apologize so much for technical difficulties, which there will be today because I'm on a new computer and it's all kinds of messed up. Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's been a long time. Welcome to the live show. This is the Traveling Clat live show. If it's your first time joining us, it's a call-in show. It's a debate show. You can come in, you can call in, and you can talk a bunch of shit with your boy. And it's actually really, really fun. We have people from all over the world call in, and it's a bloodbath. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes we learn. Sometimes we don't. But yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with everybody. I'm just kind of getting my bearings here on the on the setup again. I didn't even have the clock going for the actual live stream counter. Okay, let's get it going. I'm going to open up Discord and I'll explain to everybody who is not familiar with how this works. Oh, we got music here. We don't need music. Call in show. Welcome everybody. Let me know in the comments down below where you are calling in from, where you are watching from. I want to know. Let me know where you're calling in from. Everyone call in, motherfuckers. Okay. So basically, let's explain how this goes. This is an open format show where you can call in and pretty much say anything. I prefer people who want to either argue with me or don't agree with me on the topics at hand. So if you find yourself disagreeing, I don't know what I did here. If you find yourself disagreeing with something I've said in the past or something I continue to say in the future, you are welcome. You have an open platform to call in and speak your mind. And I would love to bring you on to discuss with me what you feel I may have said is wrong, or if you have sort of opinions on the Israel-Palestine conflict that you want to convey to the world, This is your chance, your platform, your show to be able to convey that message to the world. I also want to take a moment here at the top before we start to say I can't do any of the work that I do without your support. A lot of my content gets demonetized. Many videos do get demonetized. So if you want to help, joining my Patreon is the best way to support the channel. For just $5 a month, you get exclusive content almost every Monday. I try. I usually fail at that, but I try to do these private Omi TV conversations for you guys. Plus, you get a private text chat with me on Discord. For $10 a month, you get a bonus live stream after every single stream. Usually when I'm in Israel, we're on more of a regular schedule. Since I've been traveling, it's a little bit difficult, but usually we'll do a few live streams a week or once a week, whatever it be. You get an extra live stream right after this stream. We go into a private live stream on Discord. It's super fun. You can also show love through Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, or Super Chats right here on stream, or by visiting thetravelingclat.com and getting some amazing merch. You can get White Colonizer shirts, White Colonizer hats, White Colonizer mugs. You get a bunch of really cool shirts and merchandise there. So visit thetravelingclat.com to get that. And every bit helps to keep my content going, but Patreon is definitely the most appreciated. And for those of you guys who are new, the Discord is free. It doesn't cost you a penny to join. Just join the Discord in the description below, or the bot will be here in the chat giving you the link to the Discord chat. You can join for free. Join the stage room that we're in right now, that we're all gathering in right now. We've got like 20 people in here right now. And raise your hand, and then I'll bring you up. If you're an anti-Semite, I will make fun of you, but you're welcome to call in as well. And a huge thanks to everybody who's supporting me. Thank you to all the members, the patrons, the PayPalers, the coffee buyers. I see you guys all, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything you do for me and for my channel. We got to do that. We got to do that here at the opening. We got to show love to the people who are supporting the channel. I also am going to just prepare right now a quick little thing I want to bring up in the middle of the stream. Just want to pull this up so it's already ready to go. I want to pull this up. So if you have some controversial opinions on Israel, I highly suggest you hop in the Discord right now. If you want to say some anti-Semitic shit, I highly suggest you join the Discord right now and get in this call, because we are going to it's going to be cramtastic in here. We're about to get hot and heavy and wet and willy. I don't even know if that's the right thing to use. And I apologize, by the way, if you guys see something that you're not supposed to see. I'm sorry if things pop up on screen that are not supposed to. I'm using a new computer again, like I said. Beat myself to it. I said it and I did it. I got to give myself props for that one. Okay. Welcome. All right, before we get into this, everybody let me know in the chat right now where you're calling in from. And if you're on Discord, please raise your hand if you have something against me, what I've said. If you don't like Israel, please, you are welcome to call in. I'm gonna prioritize people who don't like Israel / my content first. If you're antagonistic. And ayo, we got other Barack in the chat. Craps in the clats, cause I'm eating the sock. I got a dog on my lick and a dip on my dop. Welcome everybody. Other Barack is in the chat. Let's get a round of applause for other Barack. We love him. Shout out to the boy. Look at him yelling at somebody with a kafia on. Look at that boy. Sadman Tori says, hi, Tal. Love you from Tunisia. Appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum, ya habibi. I'm a Christian and we support Israel. God bless you. Happy Easter, or happy late Easter. Rest in peace to the Pope. I don't know if that means anything to you specifically, but I apologize for your loss. BT is giving kisses. We give them right back. Helsinki. Ayo, we got somebody in Helsinki. Pure Ashkenazi. Love that you felt the need to say that, but God bless, baby. God bless. We love our Ashkenazi brothers and sisters out here. I was scarfing down gefilte fish during Passover. Scarfing it down. And I like that filter fish. Big time. All right, we're going to bring on Labracadabra first. Again, this is an open show for anybody to call in. You are welcome to call in and give your... Hey, we got the boss man himself, Lachin, calling in from South Africa. Welcome, Lachin. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's see. Please don't tell BT to stop flirting with me. She's the only woman in my life who flirts with me. I appreciate you so much. We can always flirt with BT. That's always welcome. Pleonastic Plonit Almoni is from Colombia. Welcome. Colombia. We love it. All right, is that where everyone's from? I'm a redneck Zionist. Hell yeah. Yeehaw. All right, I guess that's where everyone's from. Shalom, everyone. Shalom. All right, let's get this going. Labra Cadabror, can you unmute real quick? Let me see if I can hear you. No, I can't. One sec. Let me see if I can run this through to Ecamm. Let's see. Oh, no. That's not good. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I seem to have an issue here with my streaming equipment. This is what happens when you get a new computer. You fuck everything up. I'm going to give me one moment. I'm going to restart Discord. Nobody leave. Nobody get off stage. I will be right back. Give me one moment. All right, let's see if we can fix this real quick. I think I need to download some weird audio thing that I didn't do because I'm an idiot. I think so. Because I got a new pooter. What an idiot. What a dum-dum I am. Let me tell you something. Let me see here. Reconnect. Am I back in? I'm back in, right? I am. Oh, what the hell? Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works now. Output device. Damn, I can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you. I just can't get it routed through to Ecamm. Oh, wait. Microphone. What the hell? Oh, an Ecamm boy. I'm supposed to be routing in the...
You don't know what it means to objectively...
Shit, you fucking this up. I need to get the system audio in here, and it's not here for some reason. Damn, what an idiot I am. Sorry, guys. I told you there was going to be technical difficulties. Just everyone bear with me here. Let me see if I can figure this out. Screen sharing. I need audio. System default when sharing screen all the time. Got it. Talk real quick. Labracadabrador.
Yeah, I'm here. How about now?
Hey! I'm
Awesome.
a fucking genius, ladies and gentlemen.
Muzzle tough.
I'm a forking genius.
Okay.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show. Everybody. Let's get this shit started. I am going to invite everyone on stage, and here's the rules. Shut the fuck up. Mute yourself. Do not say a word unless I bring you into the conversation. If you don't, I'll kick you off stage, and most likely you won't be invited to the show in the future because I keep those names muted. Don't test it. I'm being serious. Do not test it. I'm inviting everyone on stage so it's easier for me, but that does not mean you should chime into the conversation. And if you do, I will kick you off stage. Okay? No warnings. One time only. Don't test me. All right. Labracadabra, welcome to the show. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah. So thanks for having me. Overall, I am a fan of your stuff. I'm not here to be too harsh. I can rip on Jews on my own enough, because I have that card as I'm, a member of the tribe and all that. But talkless. I saw something you had on Twitter just a little earlier about people talking about Rogan and the Douglas Murray thing and him and Tim Dillon mocking it and all that. And he's, kind of poked at the Hasbara community and how they should go at it and all that. But in the whole Hasbara movement is a lot of the content creators of that just generally tend to make pro-Israel content and, the unity between Jews and Christians and all that. And I know you make that content too. So I'm curious, what's the motivation of making
I've been invited to speak.
When you... What?
Hello.
When you make content, I think someone is unmuted who needs to be muted. I don't know.
Yep.
When you make content that's when you went to the Christian Quarter in the Old City and you were talking about that, and I don't know if you've done more in that line of work. I can't say I've seen all your videos, but what's the motivation for doing that then? If you're at the same time going to rip on the Hasbara, anything that they do.
I didn't totally understand I didn't understand the question at all, brother.
I would claim that you make Hasbara style content as well when you go to the Christian Quarter and try to show like, oh, Jews and Christians, we get along, and like, look at this cool side of Israel and Jerusalem and the Old City, and shared history and all that, and like all the more so like they're Jews for Jesus type. Which
Did you watch my videos? Did you watch my videos about the Christian community?
I've seen the one. Only one I saw was when you went to the Old City, into the like little Christian gated community over there by Alpha Gate.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like that video? Did you feel like that video was Hasbara, Jews and Christians get along?
Yeah.
Really?
I did feel like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, it's up
like
until
it definitely wasn't antagonistic.
It's up until interpretation. I mean, I guess everybody interprets it in a different way. I wouldn't consider that video Hasbara. I mean, I consider it Hasbara in my heart because my idea of Hasbara has always been trying to just show what real Israel looks like without being like Jews and Christians are unified in Israel and live in peace and harmony in this. Because to the best of my knowledge in that video, that's not something I said. We were just literally giving an inside look of this community. And then I want people to draw their own conclusions from the video. Same way when I did about the Syriac Christian community in the Old City. We didn't go in there and show like kumbaya, we all love each other, because also that's not the case. The Syriac community, they have their own grievances with Jews in Israel and Israelis inside of the Old City. And so does the Messianic community inside of Jerusalem as well. So I don't believe that I ever represented it as a Hasbara video. I totally understand if you interpret it in that way. That totally makes sense. And I'm also not going to sit here and pretend like I don't make Hasbara content, because, I mean, everybody who's in the Israel advocacy space generally is part of the Hasbara ecosphere. But if you look at my content from the very get go, and this is not me policing what other people do. I mean, by all means, Hasbara needs to exist. It's just we do a shit job at it. My whole MO from the beginning has been to be very antagonistic towards Arabs and Muslims. Very antagonistic, because that is the language they understand. And from my first video, which was talking about the Hamas, how Hamas killed Arabs on October 7th, from the very first video that ever brought me into this space to me openly attacking the Saluki, which was the first video that ushered me into sort of the YouTube advocacy space for the stuff that he was saying that I didn't agree with. It's always been on my end to go on the offensive, not on the defensive. And so, like, the first video that ever took me off on Instagram, quote unquote, was me doing a hit piece on Macklemore. He made a song, and I just ripped him apart. I don't really think I even brought up points that negated the points in his song. I think I literally just made fun of him and then brought up facts from my own life that negate what he says. But I don't think it was I don't think I ever fit the mold of what an Hasbara person is. I try to not come on screen and come off as a very pretentious, like, well, here's my Israel does Intel chips and microchips and this and that. And I'm not saying that doesn't have a place. It has a place. It's just that drum has been beat so many times, it's clearly not accomplishing anything anymore.
But then what are you trying to accomplish by showing off the different Christian communities, for example, in whether it's the Syriac, the Messianics, whoever else in Israel? Like, what's your goal with that?
Well, for me, I learned. First of all, I learned a lot about Jesus. I have like totally different opinions on Christianity than I did before, and people who are part of this community who have heard me talk about this ad nauseum, I mean, know how much that day with the Messianic community and the relationship I developed with these people has shifted my opinion on Christianity and its origins tenfold. So much so that it drew me to walking with a donkey from Nazareth to the Sea of Galilee later in that year, because I wanted to dive deeper into the life of Jesus and understand him more. And now I feel like I really understand him on a deeper level, and I have a deep appreciation for him. While I don't take him as a Messiah, I don't believe in him in a religious way, I have a deep appreciation for who Jesus is and was. And so if one is the biggest thing, it's always been learning. I mean, you could ask the same question as to why did I go to the Samaritan community 3 years ago when I was doing these videos that really took off? Why did I go to the Ethiopians? Why did I go to the Druze? Why did I go to the Bedouins? I don't go to them because I want to do Hasbara, because I want to explain to people that we're all living in Kumbaya. And I don't think, I could be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, if you watch those videos, that's not really what you're going to get out of it. You're going to get out of it like an inside look into a community on a very tall level, in a way that only I can provide by sitting with these people with my nuance, with my way of having conversations, with my arguments and my bickering. And that's what you'd get out of these videos. And for me, a side quest of that has always been, I think that when I put out this content, people will be able to draw their own, hopefully healthier conclusions about Israel. And it's doing in vitro hasbara, in the background, but that's not the main premise. The main premise for me has always been to learn. The reason why I feel so confident talking about this stuff, brother, is because I've done the work. Like I've said this in many videos. I've been in it. I sat with Hamas members. I went into the West Bank. I've been with every conceivable group minus a few that I know of in Israel, like every single ethnic minority in the country, every demographic. And it's made me a well-rounded, better person. And I feel so confident to speak on the way that I speak because I've done the work to understand the place. I hope that makes sense.
I get where you're coming from. Again, my grievance with you is like, I mean, on the scale of how much of a grievance this could be, it's low on the scale. Mm-hmm. Overall, I like your work. I like your content.
Thank you.
So I'm not here to really drag you.
Appreciate it. Feel free to.
This is just if I've had a reason to, I would. You haven't given me much of one. But no, my only issue though with the whole like what I see with the whole Christian, what I look at it as support, in the Hasbara twist and all that kind of stuff is sure there's a place for it all for it, whether in the content in the real life of them living here and in the content creation world and all that too. But I mean, look, I'm someone who's closer to Shuva. I came from people trying to convert me to Christianity. I'm a big fan of the work of Rabbi Tuvia Singer, who is like anti-missionary and all that. He's
amazing. I love him.
And
by the way,
with him,
he likes my content. By the way.
I'm sure he does. He's
chatted
he's a good
before.
guy.
He's great.
I have his number. I reach out to him when I need for certain things. But the Kitzer, it's just like I don't know. I'm one who's obviously I'm religious enough that I care about these sorts of things. I don't want to give them so much credence of like, look, they have a place here and they have this, they deserve this and that. And even when you tell me like you've learned a lot about Jesus as he's portrayed in their scripture, and you've had these experiences trying to get to know it better and understand it better. Mm-hmm. On one hand, sure, I commend you for that. That's great. Like you should. It's cool to do that religious or cultural investigation. But at the same time, too, it's like they have 2,000 years of strife in our life. Like
absolutely
to kind of turn around and be like, oh, like NDD, like that stuff is back then and this is now, and we're not to say we're kumbaya by all means, but to just kind of like look past it all is like I don't know, it's not something that I can get on board so easily.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's asking you to. I also like every speech I've given in a Christian community, I've made a point to say our relationship in our past has not been perfect. There's a lot of trauma, a lot of deep-seated trauma that Jews have from Christian people. But the reality is, when I look at it objectively, and somebody who's a Mizrahi Jew, I can look at it from a perspective of what the Muslims did to us for 1,000 years, living in the different countries around the Arab world, or the Arabized world. Christians have done the work to reform. They have changed. They have changed big time, and now I understand missionary work is not something you or I agree with. I don't think that Christians should be traveling from far-reaching parts of the globe to come try to convert people to Christianity in Jerusalem. I understand it's a tenet of their religion, but I don't agree with it. I can understand where they're coming from, but I still don't have to agree with it. And there's just things that Christians and Jews are never going to see eye to eye on. That's maybe one of them. Also, maybe the biggest one being the Messiah. But
of course,
we don't have to agree on everything. But what I can objectively look at is I can see this love that Christians have shown Israel in the last year, regardless of what reasons may be behind it. And some of them can be nefarious. I acknowledge that. But a lot of them have stepped up to the plate to be our supporters and our friends. And when I look into the origins of that religion, it is Jewish. The origins of Christianity are Jewish objectively. The early adopters of
I'm like Hetzi on that with you.
Well, look into it. Do the research about it. It changed somewhere along the way. It changed. But the origins of this religion are very much Jewish. Very much Jewish. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts there. It's the truth.
I will agree with you to a certain extent there. I'm not going to hijack your chat, with my whole feelings on this matter. But there's obviously Greek influence, a heavy Greek influence.
Again, like I'm saying, but the origins. So what I'm saying is the origins of this religion. The origins of this religion, it wasn't seen as a different religion. It was Judaism that took it a belief in a different Messiah.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
And I go back to the core always, and I say, what would it have been like if, and we didn't, that's the path, that's the reality, it didn't happen. But what if we have an opportunity right now to reconnect with our family? A lot of these people, most likely, a lot of these, especially the Arab Christians in the region, or the Arabized Christians in the region, a lot of these people probably are Jewish somewhere down the line. Or maybe even a deep part of them. I had a conversation last night with a Palestinian Christian who did a DNA test who's 99% Semitic to the land. And I believe him because that's probably what a lot of Palestinians in the West Bank are.
Sure.
So for me, when I see it as
For
like,
sure.
there's an opportunity for Am Yisrael to reunite with Am Yisrael. Don't forget, the Mashiach doesn't come back. Geulah can't truly happen unless we're all apart on the same page. All of us are on the same page. And I really believe we have to do an effort. We have to bring on a big effort. And the way that Tovia Singer does it, by the way, is one way to attack it. And I think it's an amazing way to attack it, by dispelling myths or directly debating the marketplace of ideas and religion. But for me, showing that love and compassion and making sure we understand one another and see that we really are on the same page against the common enemy, which is the jihadists and the Islamists, there's a real opportunity for us to reunite with Christians in a familial way. Doesn't mean we need to be going to the churches, doesn't mean we need to start adopting Jesus, but it does mean that we have an opportunity to be family again. And I yearn for that because I've met so many incredible, lovely Christians around the world that truly don't have a desire to just convert Jews. They truly are fighting for us and are with us because they believe in us. And for me, I want to see if we can, I want to use my voice and my story and my family story to try to get people onto that side.
No, for sure. I agree with your sentiment and all that. One last thing, and then I'll
Okay.
make
it
last
quick.
statements because it's just when it comes to the concept of Mashiach coming back, there's two ways in which Mashiach comes back. It was just through our tshuva, or he comes at his appointed time. And according to Rav Singer, we're past the point of tshuva. That's not gonna bring Mashiach at this point. And the appointed time, the best way to understand that is it's like Shabbos. Is that Shabbos comes in at sunset, and we just you can't control if you aren't done, you aren't done. But the Mashiach's just going to arrive. It's going to be what it'll be. And I know that he's in the camp of that's the way Mashiach is coming. So doesn't matter if there's some unification between this group and that group and all these other people and all the vision of all that. I think that we're just beyond that point in
listen, the end of the day,
narrative.
It's important for me to say this. I have deep, immense appreciation and respect for Tovia Singer, yeah? Deep, immense appreciation. But I truly, truly believe that these things and these concepts can't be dictated by anybody. This is, I mean, we can take as much heedance as we can from our elders and from our modern day chachamim, as much as we can. But a lot of this is the will of God. A lot of this is the will of God, and it's something that's way beyond our understanding. I don't think nobody can tell you what's the right or wrong way on this path and how accurate. I mean, and again, I say this with the utmost respect and appreciation for his work. And I think that's important to remember, man. We're tapped in. As Am Yisrael, we're tapped in.
Sure.
We're seeing modern day miracles happening every single day. Every single day. Every single day. And since October 7th, I was browsing on Twitter yesterday, and I'm going to end with this one. I'm taking you off stage. I appreciate you calling, okay? Thank you, brother.
That's fine. No, all good, man.
I'll end with this. I was browsing through Twitter last night, and I saw a list of all these achievements that Israel has accomplished since October 7th, and I sat there and I was like, yeah, it's been terrible. It's been a rough ride for all of us, but holy fuck, am I proud of what we've accomplished. I mean, we have done incredible work at changing the Middle East. The Middle East is a different region than it was on October 6th. And it's because of the will of Am Yisrael. It's really because of the will of Am Yisrael and all the people who have been supporting us, who have been praying for us, who have been fighting with us alongside us, by the will of the United States of America as well, and the amazing people in America who support us. But we're in a different place. A lot has changed in somewhat in a very positive way. So it's kind of amazing, and these are modern day miracles, man. I always think back to the first and the second Iranian attack. I mean, they are modern day miracles, and I lived through them. Many of you guys in this call lived through them as well. I will never forget them. I mean, I always wondered what day I would see a miracle from God, like an actual miracle happening. For fuck's sake, I saw a real miracle with my own fucking eyes. I did. It was unbelievable. All right. Anybody else here? Milena, are you somehow antagonistic? I've never seen you in here before. I want to bring up somebody on the stage who doesn't like Israel, doesn't like me.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm not antagonistic.
Okay.
It's my very first time on here, but sorry, my daughter just chipped in.
No worries.
Well,
Okay.
that's my God.
Put yourself on mute real quick. I'm going to see if anybody else is, and I'll bring you up later.
Listening.
All the way, shout out to Yoav Beatbox. He's in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get some claps in the chat. We got other Barak and Yoav Beatbox. Look at this guy, Yoav Beatbox. Oh, we love him. We love him very much. If you don't follow him already, he's incredible. Okay. Is anybody here who's currently on stage does not like what I say, antagonistic against what I gotta say, got a problem with what I say?
I can't to argue with you, you know.
Rega, shniya, akhi. 1 second. I want to give an opportunity if there's anybody who isn't. Anyone? That's an Arabic name. Let's see if there's Lisan al-Gaib. I don't know. Okay, it seems like nobody. Okay, I'll honor. Okay, wait. Azerbaijan? Is this Azerbaijani? AS Champion AZ?
Hello.
Hey, bro. Do you like what my content, or are you?
Oh no, I'm a big fan of your content.
God damn it.
I just want to say I want to object something about the video about when you're reacting to Cenk Uygur and you mentioned Armenian genocide.
Yes.
I came here to express my side of a story, but the side of story for Turkish.
I think we could. I think we'll have an opportunity to do that at some point in the future, and I think this is probably not the right platform to do that. Not this show, but I think definitely reach out to me and let's see if we can get a video. And I maybe would be interested in moderating a debate about it because I have myself a lot to learn about it, and I think it'd be important to bring on your perspective and somebody who's against your perspective. If that makes sense, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say is that the Armenian genocide.
Listen. Hold on, brother.
Sorry.
Let's respect what I said and let's bring it up another time. Okay. I gotta moderate it in a proper way.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
appreciate that it's an important topic to you, but let's bring it up in the future. Okay.
Sorry about that. I was trying to say conclusion.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. I appreciate you respecting my request. Okay, Adziz, yes, let's go.
Just a few questions. Hello. Thanks for this platform.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, if you want to chat with that nigger cadence,
all right,
just masquerade.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. You never know. Anything could happen during this show. I really apologize for that. Okay, let's bring on Milenia back. Let's see what Milenia's opinions are. If anybody has any disagreements with me, something spicy you want to talk about, you're welcome back to the show. Okay, Milenia's not coming up. Maybe we'll bring on Constantine. Okay, Milenia's up.
Yes, I just had to check with my daughter, so she keeps quiet
No worries.
in the back. I think my opinions are quite the same as yours, so I don't have anything to antagonize you on. But I wanted to ask a question. Maybe I don't know whether you know what is happening in Germany with riots and universities. And as Germany, I'm from Germany, and I'm not Jewish. Neither Christian, so I'm not religious. But I've been following what's been happening for the past 18 months. And I was quite shocked about what happened also in Germany, the country of the Holocaust. I think the response to the October 7th massacre. Because I expected to wake up on October 8th and to a wave of support for Israel, but it didn't come. It was quite the opposite, and now we're having quite a lot of students. I don't know whether they're all students, but they're spraying Hamas triangles on university buildings. They're basically rioting on the streets. I'm from a small town in the southwest, so it's not as bad around here, but we've had rising anti-Semitism as well. And I just wanted to know whether you know or what you think where that comes from.
Where the anti-Semitism in Germany comes from?
Yeah, in general, the response. Why is it so negative towards Israel, even though they were
Because
at the
you guys,
receiving end
because
of
you guys
the
in the
atrocities?
EU, because you guys in the EU just like let unfettered Islamists into your countries for the last like 15 years. I watched it happen. I stopped traveling
Yeah.
in Europe. Europe was my stomping grounds in the beginning. It's where I learned how to become a traveler. And I stopped coming to Europe because I started feeling unsafe. And I don't even look like a quote unquote stereotypical Jew. But that's how unsafe I felt in Europe. And
So was it that bad, really?
yeah,
Where did
absolutely.
you travel? Did you come to Germany
I've
as
been
well?
everywhere.
Or was
I've been to Germany. I've been all of Western Europe. I've been almost every country in Western Europe.
okay.
Maybe besides
Yeah, because it's
Luxembourg.
something.
I don't even know if that's considered Western Europe anymore. But I wasn't in Luxembourg, but I was in Germany and Belgium and Austria and France and
Yeah.
Italy and Portugal and Spain. And it's because you guys and your leaders have allowed unfettered access for Islamist jihadists to come in and just manifest themselves in your country, in your land, and they make fun of you. They make fun of you, and I just did a reaction video to it recently. I don't know if we uploaded it yet, but I filmed it about there's this German girl wearing like the typical German clothings of Oktoberfest, where you're drinking the beer and everything, and she's going,
Yeah.
Habibi, come to Germany, and then the next scene just cuts to a bunch of guys in the subway going, Allahu Akbar, Allah, like. They make fun of your weakness because they realize that you guys are just allowing them to take over. And if you think for one moment that they're not doing this absolutely unconscious, that they know for a fact that they are going to overtake your population and they're going to take your country, then you got another thing coming. And that's why the anti-Semitism is going. I mean, like, Europeans have been anti-Semitic historically, for sure. Nobody's going to doubt that. But the Arabs, the Muslims, my God, the anti-Semitism from the very get-go. I mean, just look at the battle of I'm forgetting the name of it. The massacre of the Bnei Quraysh, the Jewish tribe, who backstabbed the Prophet Muhammad. And this isn't me digging at all Muslims, but this is praised as a story of immense victory for the Muslim world. When Safiya, the 10th wife of Muhammad, was taken as a sex slave, and her brother and father were beheaded in front of her. I mean, like, that's in the early days of Muhammad's life and in the early days of his story, and that's celebrated till the very day today. So, like, and again, this isn't me digging at all Muslims. It's not me saying I don't like Islam. But the jihadism, the idea of this Islamism of colonialism under Arabism, it's coming to Europe. It's already in Europe. It's deeply infiltrated into Europe, and they make fun of you and they tell you what they're doing, and you guys ignore them because you're at fear of being racist. And fair enough. You guys have a lot to work on from racism perspective. You are one of the world's most powerful colonial entities. Maybe not Germany specifically, but Europe. And you guys did a lot of damage to the rest of the world. Absolutely. But you also have a birthplace of modern civilization. You modernize the world, and you have a responsibility to uphold that. And a lot of European countries, unfortunately, don't feel like that's important enough. And they're willing to take the trash. I mean, this isn't my words. This is the words of the Arab leaders in the Arab world who say you're willing to take our trash for cheap labor, for whatever it be, import them into your country so you can use them, and then you regret it after because they destroy your country from the inside. And they bring anti-Semitic ideology with them. So, I mean, they hate Jewish people. They ethnically cleansed all of them. They don't even know what a Jew is. A lot of these people, whether they be Syrian or Lebanese or Moroccan, a lot of people in these countries, they don't have Jews anymore. They either killed them all or kicked them all out. And so when they come to Europe and all of a sudden they have access to Jews again, they just they'll manifest all the conspiracy theories about the Jewish people. I hope that makes sense, Milena.
Yes, it does. It's just what is very worrying, I think, is it's not just the Muslims. I worked with a lot of Muslims in the past, and every single one of them was anti-Semitic. At one point, it wasn't even noticeable before October 7th because it never really came up in any kind of conversation. But afterwards, it was always, it was kind of a justified thing for Hamas to do because they were occupied and it was resistance. It wasn't good to kill innocent people, but it was just, you could feel that they were pleased with what happened, but they were they knew that they couldn't just openly express that. The problem is that many of those who are taking to the streets in support of Palestine, they're not even Muslim. Many of them are white Germans, and many of them are left.
Let me tell you the issue. This whole issue of white that we've just and I don't know when we became so okay with just I do it too, yeah. When we just became okay with just disparaging white people. What the fuck does white mean? When did this become okay that we just call people white? I do it too, yeah. It's a mistake on my end, and I shouldn't do it. I try to be more on top of myself. I do it sometimes, but it's just socially accepted. It's you're not fucking white. You're Germanic. You're a Frank. You're an Anglo. You're also part of different tribes. Just because you guys share a skin color palette, it doesn't mean that in Africa we rope in every person from West Africa, East Africa, Southern Sub-Saharan Africa, and North Africa as the same human being. But somehow in Europe we're just okay with everybody being white. What the fuck does an Albanian and a German person have in common? Not much. And they're both just white. What does an Italian and a Danish person have in common? Not much. But we just call them the same because they're all white people. That's also a problem, and that's a problem on all of our end who are trying to uplift Europeans to take action in their countries, because when you just call them all white and you say, hey, all Germans, all Austrians, all French, they're all white people, and you don't give them any sort of reason to fight for their own nation, fight for their own culture, then they're just, well, fuck it, I'm a white guy, so let me bring this Arab in who's also a colonizer and just let him take over my fucking culture. It's cooler to just become a Muslim because I have no culture because I'm German. It's that's not true. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the public eye it's not as cool as Arab culture. It doesn't mean you don't have culture. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have passion. You shouldn't have passion and a desire to uplift your own culture. You should be proud of where you come from. Everybody needs to do that job to become proud of who they are.
In Germany, that's practically impossible.
I understand, but that needs to change.
It is because yes, I know, and I agree. I totally agree. And I'm part Brazilian, so I know what it's like to love your own country because my father's Brazilian. I grew up with that. It's not a form of nationalism. It's just loving your country for what it is, loving your culture. But I was never allowed to be proud of being German. But there's so many good things about Germany. I love Germany. I have nothing against people of any color. I don't care. I don't care about the color. My daughter's mixed race, so it's just, for me, it's just people and not colors. But in Germany, after the Second World War, a lot of their culture was destroyed. We are not even allowed to sing German songs anymore. It's we don't learn the national anthem. My daughter is in 5th grade and she doesn't know the German national anthem. I learned it at school, but she didn't so far, and I think that's wrong because it is something that unites the German people. Basically, and because I try to tell her that it's just a song for everyone who lives in Germany who wants to be part of that, I don't know, a collective spirit in this country, and not to it's not something bad, but people associate it with something bad, with the Second World War and Nazi Germany, and that is the problem. We don't have, or we have culture, but we are afraid to really express that culture and to be proud of it. And there is so much in Germany to be proud of. I think Germany has come a long way.
Well, I appreciate that, and I agree. Well, thank you so much for calling. I do want to take another caller, but thank you so much. Appreciate the insight. Guys, I want to take a quick moment to shout out also something amazing that's happening in the YouTube Israel advocacy space at the moment. We have our brother that you guys all know and love, Other Barak, the man who's bridging the gap between the basketball space. I think he's still in here, right? Is he still in here with us? Barack, are you here? Oh, he is. Okay, I'll see. Maybe he can unmute himself. I don't know if he's busy, if he's still here or not. Barack, you here? Oh, he's okay. I see he's just unmuting himself. But he is bridging the gap between the basketball world, between the athletic world, and Israel advocacy, doing it in a very unique way. His incredible YouTube channel just hit 100,000 subscribers, and he's doing a fundraiser right now to bring him to Africa. There's a common friend we know, a Moroccan guy's name is Rashid. He's amazing. He's a Moroccan who's I'm not going to call him a Zionist, but he's very pro-Israel. He's been to Israel many times, and he's a young, genuine soul who's very ingenious and doing a lot of work right now to propel Morocco and the Moroccan people into the modern day. Plus, I believe he has a tour company. He's an incredible dude. We met him around over a year ago. We went out to the Nova Music Festival with him, me and Barack, and he invited Barack to come to Morocco, to tour around Morocco, to understand it, and to also do advocacy to foster peace in Morocco. And then Barack, hopefully, fingers crossed, inshallah, is going to be going on his own mission to other parts of Africa and maybe Europe to bring more of this positive message about Israel to other places around the world. So if you guys can, head over. I'm going to pin the link in the chat right now so you guys can see it. It'll be pinned to the top of the chat right now. You can go to his GoFundMe. He's super, super close to hitting the goal. Here it is on screen. Oh, I don't know if I did this right. I think I pinned it right. He's super close to hitting the goal right now, guys. He's just short of $1,000+ to get to the goal. And I know we've done it before. Let's bring Barack to Africa. It's been his first time on this continent. It's a continent that changed my life. Oh, here. Are you unmuted, Barack? Can you hear me? I don't think we got him. Maybe he's unmuted. He's trying to talk. I don't know. Let me text him and see if he's here. Can't hear you, brother.
He just texted in the chat.
Oh, he texted in the chat. I didn't see. Oh, he said 1 sec. Okay. Well, yeah, he's going to do something absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Really, I am excited for him. I've always, from the first day me and Barack met, actually that day we met Rashid in the south of Israel during the Nova Music Festival area. I was telling Barack how much of an amazing world traveler I think he would be, and how much more well-rounded I think that traveling around the world would make Barack. And to me, seeing Barack take this step to try to get out there in the world, something that, like, you know, I have so much passion for traveling. I've been to 70 countries. When I see Barack, I'm like, this man would gain so much from traveling around the world, interacting with other people, showing love to all kinds of communities around the world, and obviously spreading a pro-Israel message. So I really believe in this GoFundMe that he's doing, and I would love if you guys would support him on this journey to come to Africa. I think it could be absolutely amazing. I don't know where he's gone. Oh, here, let me try to bring him on. I want to see if he can tell us a little bit more about what he's going to do, because I don't even know all the details. Barack, you're here. Can you hear us?
Bubba, can you hear me?
There we go. We can hear you now.
Sorry, I had issues before.
No worries, man.
Here, let me turn my. I just switched to my. Let me turn on my camera. First of all, hey everyone. Tal, I'm only gonna take like a second because I know you got the stream going on. And
no, you got it, bro. Take as much time as you want.
So I just
this is important. Well, this is something Barack is doing is really, really important. So everybody, listen up. Get your ears open.
Get your ears open. First and foremost, for those of you who don't really know who I am, Tal is basically the guy who injected like the YouTube career that I have now, to be able to actually do the things I'm doing to talk about Israel, and has also really inspired me to consider the aspect of traveling. You all know that he comes from the travel world. So he mentioned that there were a group of Muslims from across the world, Morocco, Dubai, Pakistan, that Tal and I both got to know last year. And we got very close with them. A few of them from Morocco have become very close friends and have invited some of us back to their home to understand more about their culture, learn about the Jewish communities there, meet with Muslim groups and peace builders, and try to bridge these communities, because Tal does one form of advocacy through his Iraqi story, and I do my form of advocacy through my family's story and also using basketball. And I think it's beautiful to have both of those. And so I launched a fundraiser last week to be able to actually go there to cover the expenses for going and then the production costs, because I want to be able to provide Morocco and bring it to all of you. And we're over 55 or 57% there. And so it would be the first time I'm ever in Africa. And just side note, I told Tal before this was even a thing when we first met that one of my dreams is to go to Africa, because after he told me what happened when it changed his life, it was very clear to me that I should absolutely do this too. And so to be able to do it on top of actually doing good work for Israel, I think is incredible. It could be $1, it could be $5, whatever you're willing and able to contribute would be amazing. The link is in the chat, like that Tal said.
Yep.
And that's really it. I want to let you get back to your stream. You guys are awesome supporters. We have a little bit of overlap between my channel and his channel, so it's cool to see some familiar faces. And for those of you who are brand new to him or I don't know you, stick around and become a white colonizer. So that's all I gotta say.
Guys, go show Barack some love. We stand Barack. We love him on this channel. We are very, very supportive of seeing this journey happen. Let's get Barack to Africa, everybody. And I would love to see the kind of content that you would create there. Like, I'd be super, super, super keen to see how you're able to bridge gaps there. I'd love to see you on a fucking basketball court in Morocco doing a Courts and Conflicts. If you guys don't know, Barack has a series on his channel called Courts and Conflicts. I was about to say Bombs and Bonflicts. Where he talks Israel, and he talks advocacy, he talks Zionism while on a basketball court. I had the honor of being able to do a episode with him, and he's done some incredible individuals he's brought onto there, and it's just such a cool concept. I told Barack when he came up with this concept, I was like, this is the thing, man. I was so excited about it. So I would love to see this happen in Africa. I'd love to see him do this in the Philippines, for example, which has a huge, they're basketball heavy population. I'd love to see Barack take this all over the world. So yeah, guys, show him some love, support our boy, and let's get it.
Let's get it. Thanks, brother.
You got it, brother. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll talk to you later. See you, bro. See you. Okay, guys, we have time probably for, again, guys, please do go support Barack. Go give him some support on the GoFundMe for Bombs and Bonflicks. We love Barack, man. Collapse in the trash because I'm sleeping in the sauce. I gotta see but I'm a zing on a knot. All right, I want to bring on some other people to chit chat with us. Tamara, I don't believe I've ever seen you before. What's on your mind, my friend?
So first time ever speaking to someone on Discord. Yeah, I didn't really know. I just wanted to share that I really like your channel.
Thank you.
Recently, I've been learning Hebrew for like 100 something days. I live in Belgium. A couple times I tried to talk to Israeli speakers here. And every time they freak out, I don't know, and they say they don't actually speak Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for being a part of the community. We appreciate you. Appreciate you, Tamara. Okay, let's try Constantine. Thanks so much again for calling in, Tamara. Appreciate you. Thanks for the love. Constantine? I don't believe we've ever spoken before. Or Raf, it looks like you're next in line. There we go. Hey, bro.
I have a controversial topic, but before that, I want to say something about.
I guess microphone is a little bit bad.
Say that again. Sorry.
I have a comment about something you said that the white people did a lot of bad things, and I don't think you really think like that, but I want to give my point of view on that.
Okay.
Let's say Hitler would won the Second World War, the world would be different.
Correct.
At the time that the white race or the Western European colonized, it was because they were able to do it. If other continents or people, nations were stronger, they would colonize at that time, and it would influence differently. And there were also the Arab conquest and so on. And there is a lot of focus, and I say it as a white male, of that the white male did bad things in the world. And in each person there's bad things, but there's too much of a focus on the bad things he has given to the world and not also the good things, the culture, the morals, like ending slavery, which was common in every place and still is in some certain places. So I just want to make a comment on that.
I'm all about it, man. I'm all about white people being proud of their heritage and their culture. It will never take away the fact that the bad thing, like you said, bad things did happen. Whether or not it was right in the moment to do it, doesn't matter. It was still bad. You know, like it does that point doesn't really matter because, I mean, you could always bring it up for context. I'm all about bringing it up for context, but it doesn't matter. Still, bad things were done. But my main point is like this whole idea of just roping white people into just a category called white people. I've never even really felt comfortable about this with black people. Like it feels weird to me, or brown people. Like I have nothing in common with an Indian in India, nothing. But everybody's just like, you're brown. It's like, this fucking, I have nothing in common with somebody from India at all. I have no family history, nothing other than the fact that I've traveled there and I got to know it. So this whole like grouping up of people into like white, brown, black, whatever, I don't really agree with it. I'll use it in bad faith arguments. You guys know I use bad faith arguments to make my points all the time. But deep down in my soul, I don't agree with it. So I'm all about white people taking pride in their culture and in their history and the good things they've done. I don't think it's my MO, like my job or duty to bring those things up. You know, I'm happy to in context, but I think more white people should be proud and should be talking about. And again, I say white people, I fall into that category. It's stupid. I think more Western Europeans or people of Western European heritage should be bringing up those things that they are proud of and putting them up and letting people know the things that they're proud of. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And I appreciate you calling in to share your perspective, brother.
Yeah, but it was just a comment. I have a controversial topic. If
Okay.
It's okay.
Sure.
So one side I'm German, the other side I'm an Ashkenaz Jew.
Okay.
And I grew up in both countries.
Uh-huh.
And the truth is very important for me. I remember my grandfather in Israel telling me, back then it was the Jewish people that were identifying with the Palestinian identity.
Mhm.
They had the orchestra, the newspaper, and the Arabs, they didn't like it at all, that name. And there is this kind of conspiracy theory, whatever you want to like it, to call it or not, about the Khazarian, which seems to be that all the elite in the 8th century converted to Judaism, and there are versions of hundreds of thousands or even 2 million in one instance from paganism converted to Judaism. And for me as an Ashkenaz Jew, it's interesting to do a test, like a DNA genetic test, to see my ancestry. And I know it's not allowed in Israel to do one.
It is.
And it is allowed. Okay.
Of course it is. That's a common pro-Palestinian talking point. It is. It's just more expensive, and so a lot of people don't do it. The whole concept with it is, we've talked about this many times on the show, but you can do a DNA test in Israel. It just, you have to go to a specific clinic or a couple. I think it's like 2 or 3 government mandated clinics, and they're very heavy on what information they release and what information they don't release, specifically because the DNA companies in America, there's like no rules. You just do it for $50, and they kind of share your information and your genetic information everywhere, and they sell it. That being said, I just did an American DNA test. I want to try to do an Israeli one as well when I get back. The results for me personally were incredible, and I'm working on a big video about it. But you can do a DNA test in Israel.
I don't live in Israel. I'm in Europe, and I plan to do one. But this is interesting for me because I'm open to a scenario that might be, we don't really know, but it can be that many of the Jewish Ashkenaz people are not from the seed of Jacob. And that's an interesting...
The genetics don't support that.
Maxim, mute yourself. Maxim, mute yourself. I'm going to kick you off stage. Continue.
Yeah, I finished the point. No, that is just interesting. Like, the Arab people that call themselves Palestinian have nothing in connection to that name, only that the things that they made up for the connection. But if many or part of the Jewish Ashkenaz people do not have, although they believe it, do not have a connection, DNA, genetic connection to the seed of Jacob, I think it's something important to know.
I don't really know why it would be so important to know, because this piece of land, okay, first of all, proving a genetic connection to the seed of Jacob is like an insane thing to try to do. Also, you have to try to figure out what are your motivations behind trying to prove a direct seed to, or a direct line to the seed of Jacob, to prove that you can live on this land. But again, it doesn't matter, because throughout all of time, people on this land, in Israel specifically, were not from there. Throughout all of time, when you look at Israel, it is the land bridge between Africa, Asia, and Europe. It is the literal land bridge. There has always been people who are genetically not from there living in that land. Sometimes they were welcomed. Sometimes they were slaves. Sometimes they weren't. This idea of having to genetically prove who can and can't live in this land is fucking stupid. And I appreciate so much that the state of Israel doesn't give a fuck about that. I really appreciate that we don't DNA test people to welcome them into the land of Israel. It's a dumb argument. I know my DNA. I know I'm from there. I know and I have an answer. Doesn't change my perspective that every single Ashkenazi Jew is welcome to the land of Israel because they're an Ashkenazi Jew. I refuse to look at Ashkenazi Jews and say, even if they have 20% Levantine DNA or 0% Levantine DNA, doesn't fucking matter. They're still a Jew. They're still welcome to the family. So what about a Jew who converts? What about a black Jew who converts who has like 99% West African DNA? Should they not be welcome to Israel? No, the land of Israel is supposed to be a safe refuge for the Jewish people. And anybody who buys into being a Jew is welcome to this land. And you know what? Here's another reality for you. Half of the Palestinian population, or a large portion of the Palestinian population, probably doesn't have any Levantine DNA at all. And it all has North African DNA. That's the Gazan population. The West Bank Palestinians, probably a lot of them do have ancient genetic Jewish DNA. Does it mean that they shouldn't be able to live on the land and they should? No, we should find a way to be able to live on this land together, because even through Am Yisrael's history and the people of the land of Israel, the descendants of Jacob, we've always had non-Jews / non-Israelites / non-Hebrews who have coexisted with us throughout all of time. Sometimes they had different levels of equality and not, but they always lived with us on this land. Always. Always. The Philistine people are an Aegean people who used to fight with the Israelites. They still lived on the land. This DNA thing is the stupidest fucking argument in the world. I really disrespect it. I think it's so dumb to try to have to DNA test people to see who's there. If you want to do it for your own knowledge, to know if you feel like you're from there or not, I'm all about it. I support you. Like, I learned a lot about it. It was very interesting for me to do my DNA test. But I also had a rough idea. Like, I kind of already knew where my family was from. So I support you in doing it just to understand what your story is and what your family's about. But it shouldn't be from a perspective of you can live here, you can't. Because look at the map. Look at the map of Israel. It is a land bridge, the literal land bridge between three continents. If you want to assume that this piece of land ever had one group of people that ever looked one way, ridiculous. Ridiculous. We have always been a diverse group of people that have lived in this land. Always. Always. We are the birthplace of civilization. I mean, Mesopotamia more so, but they also sort of colonized Israel at a certain point. So it's literally a mix of everything. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't have this supremacist ideology of, oh, you have to have 99% Arab DNA or 5% Levantine DNA to prove entrance to live here. Fuck that. It's stupid. I don't agree with it. Right now, Israel controls it, so we make the rules. Jews allowed home because Jews don't have anywhere else to go, and we need to support Jewish people. That's the truth. You like it or not, that's the truth. Doesn't matter if they have 10% DNA or 20% DNA.
I don't. This is not my argument, and I agree that everybody that is living in Israel, like the language I know the best is Hebrew. That's the country I know the best. That's the place I feel the most at home, although I don't live there right now. This is not my argument. It's just the desire to know the truth. If it is like that,
go for it.
And
I mean, I'm all about it, man.
Egyptians that live in Gaza or other people that migrated to Israel or Palestine, we should be able to find a solution how to live together. Even now, it looks so far away. It's just about the truth. That is it.
Go for it. I'm all about doing the truth. Do the DNA test if you want to know it for your own knowledge. Go for it. Go for it. But I think you're also going to have an impossible time trying to prove a direct line of lineage to a biblical character who we have no proof ever existed, like actual proof existed.
I meant to just the ancient Jewish people.
Sababa, but you know what I mean. It's like these things are obscure, to say the least. They're obscure, and all of it is obscure. But I mean, I'm all about like go find the truth. Like if it gives you peace of mind to understand your story and to understand other people's story, go for it. It's just like it's very, very, very obscure. All of it is very obscure, and trying to make sense of what happened in the past and biblical characters into the modern day, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, and I don't really think we need to focus on it so much as we need to focus on how can we coexist today. That's our narratives, right? Not everybody is going to be perfectly aligned with that narrative. Some people are going to have 1% aligned with that narrative. Some are going to have 99%. Whatever, regardless, that's the narrative of the Muslims. That's the narrative of the Christians. The narratives of the Jews. Israel is a place for the world. The Beit HaMikdash was a temple for the world. A world. I'm not saying everybody mass immigration into Israel. What I'm saying is we need to change our framework. We have to change our framework. That's all I'm saying. Raf, I appreciate you calling in, brother. This was a very interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
I'm sub.
Oh, fuck. Sorry for cutting you off, bro. I appreciate you. I want to bring on Subhindra. The name just sounds interesting. Subhindra.
Hey, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from India.
From India. How you doing, brother?
Yeah. I want to discuss two less important issues and one very important issue, if that's okay with you.
All right.
So
Just keep
first,
them kind of
the
brief because
important
we're
issue.
coming towards the end of the show. Keep it kind of brief, and I want to give opportunities for other people to call in also.
Right. So let's go in for the important issue first. You're a Baghdadi Jew, right?
Sorry?
You're a Baghdadi Jew, right?
I'm partly a Baghdadi Jew, but I'm also a mix of a bunch of other things.
Are you sure you don't have any extended family in India?
Absolutely. I just did a DNA test, and I know that I have none. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Baghdadi Jews. The Baghdadi Jews, specifically the Baghdadi Jews, and my grandma, her father or her mother was a Basra Jew, so a Jew from the eastern side of Iraq. Their migratory patterns went from West Asia, Central Asia, and then they crossed into Iran. They crossed from Iran into India. They went from India to Myanmar to Singapore. Like that's the route that we know they took. So many of them did stop in Mumbai. Many of them stopped in other parts of India. So a lot of that Baghdadi Jewish DNA is in India. But from my family history, I got none.
Oh, because you look a lot like my Jewish friends in Mumbai. And
That's because a lot of Mumbai Jews are Baghdadi.
So if you Google Rohit Sharma, you could see a striking resemblance with your face on that.
Makes sense. It's actually the ironic thing is that a lot of Indian Jews actually look Iraqi because they probably are, rather than me looking Indian. We got to change the framework.
I'll stick to the Indian framework. You stick to the Israeli framework.
Sounds good, Bubba.
Okay,
sounds good.
Yeah. Right. So let's get down to the two lesser important issues. Not that we've got the important one out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. You mentioned sometime in, I don't know which video of yours, that you feel that the way to settle the Israel-Palestine conflict is for Israel to declare sovereignty over the Palestinian territories. Right?
Absolutely.
Are you hinting at some sort of a one-state solution?
Yes. I'm not hinting towards it. I say it openly.
So what would the, and would the Palestinians have the same rights as the Israelis have?
So this is the catch-22, is like, for this to work, we have to change the framework of the goals of the state of Israel. We have to understand that you have to look everywhere around you in the Middle East and realize there are no democracies, no examples of democracies, no examples of equality anywhere in the Middle East. For a real solution to the Israel-Palestine conflict, you have to change the framework that we're in. And that's unfortunately just not something I don't think most Israelis are willing to do. All right, so my solution is not really a realistic solution, but it's a solution that will work. I'll tell you some facts so that I know on the ground. One, there is a war brewing between the West Bank Palestinians and the Jews in the West Bank, in Judea and Samaria. That is going to happen whether we like it or not. A civil war in Judea and Samaria is coming. The Palestinian populations there are gearing up for it. They're arming up for it. They're getting ready to fight. And likewise, the Jewish communities there are feeling very under threat, and they're preparing as well. So that fight, that civil war is going to break out at some point, whether it's in 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, it's going to happen. And then when that happens, we'll have to decide, what do we do with that piece of land? I say preempt it, declare sovereignty over it, because there's no justification to creating a Palestinian state in the Middle East. Not one single moral justification to doing that. Declare sovereignty over it right now, and try to the best of your ability to provide the best quality of life you can for Palestinians. To the best of your ability. I've traveled to 70 countries of the world. I've never seen equality in any of them, including America, where I am right now. I have never seen equality in any country, anywhere in the world. It doesn't exist. It's a pipe dream. And if we try to live by these impossible ideals that are bestowed upon us by, I don't know, I would say European nations and the UN or whatever, who hold us accountable for things that they don't hold the rest of the world accountable for, we're gonna kill ourselves. And we know that that's gonna happen. And Texas gonna remain Texas. But what the true reality is the way that Israel, the path that Israel is on right now, this idea of being an island democracy amongst a bunch of hostile nations who have no idea or concept of democracy, sort of equality, it's a pipe dream that's going to end up killing us. I don't believe that we have to offer equality for everybody. I think we need to offer the highest possible quality of life we can. And that we should really do that with a full heart and with love. But we also have to think about Am Yisrael and forwarding the Jewish people and protecting the Jewish people.
Okay, so let's say you take this solution to a bunch of Palestinians, not the people in the street.
They will reject it. They will reject it. They will never accept it. But Palestinians have lost. I truly believe Palestinians have lost their say in their self-determination. We decide for them now. They don't get to decide anymore their own future. We dictate their future for them. They have had every single opportunity as a group of people to come together and try to solve this, and they have fucked up over and over and over again, and they keep doing it. And in the wider context, the whole Arab world has as well. You know, when you look at every other Arab country, I don't feel like if they've had 70, some of them 100 years to sort their shit out, and they just keep fucking up and keep going back into extremism and religious supremacy and ethnic supremacy. We don't owe them anything, in my opinion. Not a. Sorry?
No, go ahead. I just wanted to ask you.
I can't hear you.
Okay, so what I was going to say is, but let's say that you said that you don't own them anything. What if a Palestinian comes to you and says that the freedom to make mistakes and suffer the consequences is the only freedom that I ask for? What are you going to say to him?
Can you repeat again one more time?
Well, so let's say that you do offer this sort of a solution, and you say that you owe nothing to the Palestinians because they have lost the right of self-determination, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So what if the Palestinians turn around and say that the freedom to make mistakes and suffer those consequences are the only freedoms that we ask for?
There you go. There you go. Then you suffer the consequences. The consequences are fuck around and find out.
And that's what's happening, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you keep poking the hand that feeds you over and over and over again, the consequences are somebody like me who comes along and propagates the idea of you've lost your right to decide your future. You have every right to keep fucking up if you want to. I mean, by all means, keep going. Keep doing the terrorism. Keep trying to blow yourself up. Keep trying to stab people. It hasn't proven effective once. It's never worked out for you. And all your Arab neighbors and Muslim supremacist neighbors who embolden you to continue doing it, none of them have ever led you to a victory or success. You have the right to continue trying to do it. I also have the right to deny you your self-determination.
But as the stronger power in the equation, at what point would you say that, look, enough is enough? Let's give them what they're asking for.
No, we're not the stronger. We cannot look at it in that framework. We are not the stronger proxy in this nation, the stronger hand in this nation. We are one Jewish state advocating for Jewish people in the Middle East specifically, and in East Africa and in Europe. We're the one Jewish state amongst a sea of Arabs who look at themselves in a collective. They might be in different nations, but you have to change the framework of Israel versus Palestine. It's Israel versus the Arabs. It never changed. It's Israel versus the Arab armies. That's why we've had a peace treaty with Jordan and with Egypt for the last 50 years, but they still want to murder us there. And I've been to both of those countries. That hasn't changed. It's this cancerous pan-Arabist, Arab supremacist ideology. That needs to change first and foremost. Until that changes, until the framework stops being looked at as Israel versus Palestine, it's not Israel versus Palestine, because who's arming Palestine? Qatar, Iran, Egypt. They're not working on their own. They're getting arms and support and finance from other Arab nations who support them. So we have to stop looking at it of Israel versus this little thing. It's Israel versus massive collective of 400 million people who are willing to see Israel die. Fuck that. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. I say it openly. Fuck them all. Fuck their shitty culture. Fuck their supremacism. Fuck their racism. I'm not about it anymore. I advocate for my people, for Israel, for the Jewish people, and I advocate for every single ethnic minority in the Middle East who is suffering under the hand of the Arab Muslim supremacists. It's not all Muslims, it's not all Arabs, but a majority of them are oppressing the people of the Middle East. I fight for all of them. And I got to end it here, bro, because I got to bring on some other voices, okay?
Sure, I'll bring up the second thing the next time around.
Okay. Thanks for calling in, bro. It was a very nice conversation with you. I want to bring on Bassem because this sounds like an Arab name. Bassem.
Hi, Tal. How are you?
How are you, brother? Welcome to the show.
Good. Can't complain. Thank you so much. Been a nice follower for a while, and it's always interesting to
Where are you calling from, if I could ask?
I'm Lebanese American. But
Lebanese
just
American.
To clear things up. I'm a Christian Lebanese.
Cool.
Whose actually family fought the PLO in the Civil War. So we have at least I'll speak on my behalf. We have a common disliking of the Palestinians, even though we can't generalize, but
Yeah. We don't dislike Palestinians, but we dislike their bullshit.
I agree. I agree. This is why I said from my behalf,
Yeah.
From our experience as Lebanese Christians. I didn't have a question, but it's more like just a small, like a small remark.
Okay.
And I needed this with, very friendly way. You know who Rawan Osman is?
Of course, she's a close friend of mine. I love her.
So actually, I spoke to her at one of her at the showing of the, what's the name of the movie that she showed? Excuse me.
I know which movie you're talking about. I was there also at the screening.
I think Inconvenient Truth, or
yeah.
Anyway, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I made the same remark to her, and I told her, I think, frankly, you guys are a bit too hard on Lebanon because, as I told Rawan, it took the whole security apparatus of Israel, the United States, NATO, and the fall of a dictatorship that's as strong as North Korea for Hezbollah to fall. And, throughout modern history, we fought the Palestinians from 1969 after they were kicked out of Jordan. We fought them in Lebanon. Frankly, a lot of people died. And then we fought the Syrian with the Syrian occupation. But then Hezbollah was so strong, and anyone who actually rose against them, they got killed. They have no shame in killing, or we know so many peoples, especially like Christians, who just got picked up by Syrian security forces and disappeared. To this day, we have no idea where they are, and they all end up in being crushed in Syrian prisons, and their parents have no closing. Basically, just all I want to say is we despise Hezbollah so much, and there's so many of us. And I told Rawan, she grew up in a Hezbollah land, in the Bekaa Valley. And she said, they even teach the Christians, how to hate the Jews. I mean, I'm sorry, that's actually not correct.
No, it is. It is correct. I've spoken to Christian Lebanese who have corroborated that point, though.
No. I'll tell you my. Obviously, there's gonna be some. I know. I have Jewish friends who hate Christians, but then they talk to me and they're like, "Oh, he's actually a nice guy." Or
You're a very nice guy.
no, really, it's just I'm just all I'm saying is like it's not we. So basically, I know you know how like influential the French culture is in Lebanon, correct?
Yeah,
So
can
in
I
our
can I
schools,
interrupt, bro? Can I interrupt? This Bassam, he's saying bullshit, bro. Christians don't fucking.
Shut the fuck up. Wait a second. I'll bring you in at the end, you fucking idiot. Please continue, Bassam. I'm sorry that low life
I'm just
cut
saying,
you off.
that's okay. All I'm saying is, I grew up, most of my life in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And when I went to a Jesuit Catholic school, we speak French, we speak English. Never, ever have they taught us anything bad about like, oh, the Jewish or this and that. Like never. Even us, historically speaking, they say like, no, we owe a debt of gratitude because if it wasn't for the Israelis, the Palestinian would have taken over, and we ended up in the sea.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, we tried so hard to fight the Syrians. We tried so hard to fight.
Listen, Bassam, can I jump
but
in?
It's a lot.
Can I jump in? Okay.
By all means.
Let me add a little bit of nuance to this. I know that on my channel, I don't know how long you've been following my channel for, how many of my videos you've seen. Okay, I talk about Lebanon often. It's no secret, and I have a few videos.
Good intent. I know.
I have some.
You do with good intent.
I do with good intent, and I have a few videos coming out about Lebanon soon. And I have to say, I almost get a little bit like rosy cheeked when I talk about Lebanon now, because to give context, I never cared about Lebanon at all. Like it was the least interesting country to me in the region. I don't know why. I always was just not interested. But I have been shown so much love recently by Lebanese people in my life and through social media for advocating for Lebanon in the way that I do, that I have like. You know what? I wasn't willing to compromise before, but I'm willing to come to the table this point and like slightly tone down the way that I talk about Lebanon for the sake of not losing the love of these people, because I have to say
you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
It's not from but I think I can be maybe a little bit less disparaging, and my perspective was always attack because it'll help wake people up, and I've gotten these messages from people who are saying, you attacking and you being aggressive, it's gotten me to listen, and it's changed my perspective. But I understand that there are people like you, and I have Maronite Christian friends in Israel who are Lebanese. I don't want to say their names, but they're incredible people, and they're credible advocates for Israel. And it's not fair to rope them into the same group as the way that I rope it in. But I still hold this point of complacency and inaction is action. And that I think that there are a lot of people in Lebanon who could be more actionized. And even though it means you have to risk your life and you have to die, and that's a terrible thing to say. It's a terrible thing to say. I think that it's necessary to keep the sanctity and the identity and the soul of Lebanon Phoenician, to keep the soul of Lebanon Lebanese, and not an extension of a jihadist army in Iran. I think it's worth it.
I think, I have to say, I think the most promising thing that happened this year, again, it's a war, people died, we're not animals, I mean, Hezbollah hides between people, so that we agree on. And, we see, people losing their heads. We're not animals, we're going to feel bad for them, but that's Hezbollah started the war, so we are here. But I think one of the best things that ever happened this year, and I hope it will, is like Iran lost a lot of leverage in the Middle East.
We killed Nasrallah. We've accomplished so much. Like we're at this precipice right now of an opportunity, and it's just about us, and that's why I'm fighting so hard for Lebanon. And I know that sometimes it sounds really rude, but I hope you know, Bassem, that it's only coming from a place of love. It only comes from a place of love. I have no ill will in my heart in any shape or form for Lebanese people. It's all from a perspective of wanting the situation to get better, and I'm using the means that I think are possible to help Lebanese people, and I'm using that. But I think we're so close right now to maybe being able to change for once in our fucking lifetimes and being able to actually cooperate together. Just imagine what we'd be able to accomplish. Imagine.
I know. I agree, but I think it's a bit challenging because you forget like 35% of Lebanon is Shia, and most of them are pro-Hezbollah. So for them to get out of this bubble of brainwashing for like 40 years, I mean,
you gotta fight.
It's very difficult.
You gotta fight.
I would be happy. I mean, peace realistically obviously would be ideal, but within the current geopolitical, everything that's going on a geopolitical level, it's difficult. but I would be happy with like a non-aggression pact and a complete disarmament of Hezbollah.
Yeah.
That would be, you know,
and you guys have to fight. You guys have to fight in every single aspect of your life.
We do.
No, but I'm saying I think
it's difficult.
I know it's difficult, but I think there's first of all I think there's more stuff, especially the Lebanese Christians in the diaspora could be doing to support Lebanese Christians in Lebanon and abroad. But I think and we know how many millions Lebanese Christians have amounted to around the world, especially Maronite Christians. They have the ability to support. And they need to start supporting it, picking it up. And it's not me dictating, hey, this is what you need to do with your money if you've accrued wealth. But it's me looking at the situation and saying, do you want there to be a Lebanon? Objectively look at it real quick. Do you want to fight? Do you want Lebanon to be the story of a country that went down without a fight? Or if it went down fucking swinging. It went down swinging like all hell. That's, from my perspective, I know that the Israeli spirit, that's what we would do. And that's the only thing I can look at. I look at my own family, I look at my cousins who even today in 2025, who you could say were raised in the most privileged era of being a Jewish person or being an Israeli. They're still willing to put their fucking life on the line. The spirit is there every single day, day in, day out. I don't see that same thing from Lebanon, and I want to see it from Lebanon.
No, man, you should like really more like read up on Lebanese politics. It's like a lot of people died. Like a lot of people died.
I know. I'm aware.
A lot fighting Hezbollah. Like, a lot of them. And you know, I'm not gonna take more of your time, but just like one small remark.
Go for it.
It's not just us, like you know, Christian Lebanese, and like you know, I hate Muslims and whatever. There's a big chunk of like Lebanese Muslims that they don't care about like Iran or Syria or whatever. They just want to live, you know. They want to like have a decent life,
right?
And they don't want to like. So again, I don't think it's a Lebanese Christian thing. I think it's just like people who like they don't want to have wars anymore and pay the price of the Palestinian cause on the Lebanese land. I think they paid enough. And
here's the truth. Here's the hard truth: is we in Israel, we don't want any wars anymore either. I don't think any of us want any wars. But we live in a region, Bassem. We live in a region where the wars are coming for us, whether we like it or not.
No,
we don't have a choice.
I agree.
We don't get the consent.
I think you know, I told Gawan, it boils down to one single thing. You know, every time there's many reasons. You know, like the Oslo Accords and all the peace attempts failed. It boils down to culture, and I agree. Like you said, there's a lot of like Arab countries, and especially like Muslim countries. There's a big hate of the Jew and the Christian, etc. So that doesn't help. When you start it doesn't matter if you believe your actions actually on that. If you treat people with respect, that's all that matters. You know, I have some Muslim friends, friends.
All right, Bassem, we're losing you completely. If you hear me, I'm sorry, Bassem. Your connection was getting so bad I had to take you off the stage. But call back in the future, brother. I have nothing but absolute love for you. I want to see Lebanon get better. I appreciate you immensely for calling into the show. You're the people that I fight for. You are the reason why I have this YouTube channel, why I'm fighting for it, and why I do my content. So I appreciate you. The fact that you called in, and the fact that almost every show we do, we have at least one Lebanese person who calls in. I fucking love you guys. I appreciate you so much. You guys make my day when you call in. You really do. Okay, now we're getting towards the end of the show, everybody, but we got the cherry on top. We've got two absolute animals that have called in. These are not human beings. They're animals that can talk.
Yo, what's up, nigga?
Welcome to the show.
Yo,
welcome to the show.
What's popping with you, fool? What's popping, nigga? How you doing, cub?
Here it is.
So
we've got the two pro-Palestinian extremists who are welcome to call in.
Listen,
give us a perspective. What did you win? What have you won this time? How many hostages are you holding? What are you proud of? Let's go.
Hello.
Are you guys, by the way, on the same team? Are you sharing brain cells? What's your situation?
Yo, Smilla Indian. Yo, listen, Smilla Indian. Listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking Christian guy was talking bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even differentiate who's talking and who's. I can't tell if they're both talking or if they're. They sound exactly the same.
Indian people. Bro. Yo, listen, because Indian people don't understand, don't comprehend.
Hive mind.
Okay, you want to continue, or are you scared? What's going on? Why did you stop?
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Go. I'm taking everyone off stage. I know you're It's hard for you, so I'm giving both of you the opportunity. It's just the two of you now. Everyone's off. Go. Let's go. What do you want to say?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying that the Christian guy was saying some bullshit. You know
What
what
was
I'm
he
saying?
saying? What was the bullshit that he was saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because it is well motherfucking known that the Christian people of Lebanon, they support Hezbollah.
By the way, everybody, I'm muted his ass. Who cares? Support Barack. Other Barack right now, as this heats up. Go on his donation page. Link will be in the description of this if this turns into a clip. Let's get Barack to Africa. He's going to Morocco to do advocacy for Israel, to foster and help voices and change it into a peaceful narrative. He needs $3,000. He's almost there. Let's show him some love. Go support the other Barack, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Okay, let me bring back this idiot real quick. Okay, sorry, bro. I couldn't hear you. The connection was bad. What were you saying?
Yeah. I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to support the Saluki, bro. Fuck Barack, bro. Y'all need to support the Saluki, you know what I'm saying? He's the man, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Barack, bro. Saluki is the man, you know what I'm saying?
You like
Barack is a
Saluki?
piece of shit. Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him. You know what I'm
Nice,
saying?
man.
I fuck with him.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's good for you, man.
God bless the Saluki, you know what I'm saying? You should be like him, you know what I'm saying? He's a good motherfucker, bro.
He's
you
a
know what I'm
great
saying?
he's a great guy. We love Saluki on here.
Yeah, support Saluki, bro. You hate Saluki, bro. Don't lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? He told me, I always speak to him, you know what I'm saying? He said that you fucking hate him, bro. Yo,
That I hate
peace
him?
out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I gonna smoke my weed, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
Peace out, homie.
wow, that was the most relaxed version of him we ever got. Damn. Crazy. Okay. I also see one other person is a Syrian. I don't know if they're welcome to, if they want to talk, if they're welcome to. Okay, yes. Traveling clown. Next.
Hello.
Hello. What do you want?
Hello. Shut the fuck up.
Huh?
You're a clown.
What do you want? What do you want? Get your point out. What do you want to say?
I can't. Your mic, turn up, please. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
The what?
Damn, man. The pro-Palestinians are starting to lose it a little bit. I don't know if there's budget cuts or what's going on.
Fucking clown.
Is that it? That's all you got today?
Hello.
Yes. All right.
Hello. Hello. Wait. Give me 5 minutes. I'll call back with a different microphone.
Okay.
What is what?
I gotta go. You raise your hand when you're ready to go. We'll see if I can bring you back up. I'll see if this Assyrian person wants to come in. I think other than that, I think we might get ready to close this. Might close this show out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give him a few minutes to see if he's welcome to go. I am going off to my Patreon show right after this. So if any of you guys want an inside scoop of what's been going on in my life in the last month that I haven't really been live streaming so often, I highly recommend you join the Patreon for $10 a month. You get a bonus stream right now, right after. I'm going to be in the kitchen cooking and talking to you guys. Also, please, once again, support our boy, the other Barack. Let's get Barack to Africa. This is the GoFundMe page. It's in the description, in the chat right now. It's pinned to the top of the stream. Drop in there. Drop him $1. Drop him $5. Drop him whatever works for you to help him foster peaceful ties to Morocco between Israel. Let's get Barack to Morocco. Let's get Baracco to Morocco. Let's get Baracco to Morocco is a crazy name. Okay, I think he's not joining back, so we're gonna leave. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more of a spicier a clip from him, so I could clip that shit. But I think we're all out of spice for today. I don't think we have anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate every single one of you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. I guess I'll end it on some quick news. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, I was recently on Roseanne Barr's podcast. Go watch the episode. It's pretty phenomenal. I think we're almost at like 20,000 views on that episode already. It might be even more than that now. Let me see. I haven't checked. We're at, let's see. Yeah, we're just around 20,000 views right now. She hosted me so graciously to get my message out on her show. I really appreciate her. She's also been advocating for me and my message online and Twitter. So if you haven't seen the Roseanne Barr episode with Tal, go check it out because your boy was moving and grooving with all his Mizrahi propaganda. And that's it, folks. Go to the travelingclat.com right now. Get yourself some merchandise. if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next episode. I love you all a long time, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, Clats. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.